Hey guys, what's up? Pitmarthroy here, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Smash Bros. Brawl, which has been a pretty fair time since we last did this. But regardless, we are back. So, in the last episode, we cleared up boss battles on Intense with Snake. We're moving on to Peach in this episode. Surprisingly enough, I was actually going to do one more very small project, like another 10, 15 at the most parts. But, there's actually a couple reasons I'm doing this now. One is because it was very quick to record. I mean, the whole video here was 9 minutes, and most of the Mario Kart 8 stuff that I've been doing has been around 30, sometimes a little bit above, sometimes a little bit below. But the actual reason I started this back up was to see what's going on with YouTube, because Mario Kart 8's having trouble uploading. The file sizes are relatively small. Despite the fact they're in HD, I am regressing them down into much smaller file sizes. And it's taking over 8 hours to upload a 30-minute video. That should not be the case at all. So I'm going to use this video to figure out whether it is YouTube and it's just being overcrowded with stuff, or if it's actually the Mario Kart 8 stuff. At the same time, because I know it started with Mario Kart 8, it also started at the time that I started getting ad block on my computer, which I know a lot of people always say, you know, go ahead and get it, it gets rid of all the ads. It does do that, but it's coming at a cost on my computer, and I know people always say sometimes it doesn't work, you'll have to, you know, uninstall it and reinstall it, and I did that as well. And while the ads are not there, it's messing up a lot of other stuff, like a lot of the advertisements are actually required to run because it blocks all ads, and it will block advertisements on YouTube, CBS, etc. So if I want to watch any like TV shows or any videos on YouTube, I actually have to enable it again, or have to use it on, you know, like something other than the processor that I use instead of Internet Explorer, using Chrome, using Firefox, etc. So I'm half wondering if that's the problem as well. I don't think that is, because I'm also having the same trouble no matter what I upload it to, whether it's through Internet Explorer, whether it's through Firefox, Chrome, whatever. I seem to have the problem regardless. So I'm thinking it might be Mario Kart 8 in particular. If it is, I'm going to probably take a break from that, and then I'll go back to this and then start a new project. There's a couple new ones that I've been wanting to start, in all honesty. But the main reason you haven't been seeing uploads is not because of that, it's because, like I mentioned in, I believe, the newest Mario Kart video that's currently out, which is 150cc Star and Special, I mentioned that I was off on vacation, which was true. I was off on vacation for a couple days in Houston at the very tail end of June. And then also now, or not now, but... And also, after I came back, I worked for about 2 or 3 days, and then I headed off to St. Lucia, which is an island in the Caribbean. It's like, it's one of the Caribbean islands. It's actually closer to South America than it is North America. But regardless of that, that was a week long, and so I just recently got back from that. I got back 2 days ago, and then I have this day free, and I used that to get all of my stuff ready for school, you know, getting the books ordered and whatnot. I already have my classes set up, but I went ahead and got the books ordered and other stuff like that. And then from tomorrow until Thursday, I've got some friends coming over who I originally lived in Texas, and they moved way up north because, you know, parents' jobs and whatnot, and now they are moving back, so they're coming to see me for a couple days, because they haven't seen me for quite a long time. But yeah, it's been a pretty crazy schedule. Hopefully it'll slow down afterwards, which it's nice to see them again, but man, this last like 2 weeks has been absolutely crazy. But yeah, that's mainly what I'm using this for, so I guess this is really, if nothing else, is a test to see where I go from here, whether it's this and something else, or it's this and Mario Kart. And if it's this and something else, then I will figure out what to do with Mario Kart, and hopefully I can get it fixed, or I can continue the project, because I do want to go ahead and finish it. But since we're already 4 minutes into this 10-minute video, I guess I should probably start talking about the boss battle a little bit more and how Peach functions. Believe it or not, for those of you that watch Melee Project, or the Melee Project that I did, Peach was actually the character that I initially played. It was not Marth. The reason I switched to Marth was for a lot of reasons, but the main reason was the person that taught me how to play played as Link, and I wanted to have another swordsman to fight him with, and obviously there's not very many swordsmen in Smash Melee. There's only, what, Link, Young Link, and Marth and Roy, and that's about it. Ganon has a sword, but he wouldn't use it, so... Regardless of that, I had switched to Marth, but Peach is still very good, and she is a little bit nerfed, but she does function pretty much the exact same way that she does in Smash Melee. She does have a counter, which you just saw right there. That's her standard B move, which, yes, I've tried to use it right there, and it did down B for some reason. I'm not sure why. Her standard B move is using Toad as a counter, and whenever Toad gets hit, it will release the spores, so it is a counter, just like Marthroy, Lucario, etc. Still a counter. Her down B is the turnips, where she'll pick up a turnip and throw it, and depending on the face that's on the turnip, it will do more or less damage. She can also pull up items such as Beam Swords, Bomb Bombs, etc., Mr. Saturns, you know, anything like that. Not common, but yes, it does happen. Her side B is just an attack that I think you've already seen. Yeah, we already fought Meta Ridley, and that was the one where she kind of sways her hips and tries to hit you with it, and it does a fairly decent amount of damage if it hits. That's her side B, but where she excels best in these fights is in the air. She's much better aerial than she is on the ground. A lot of her attacks do take a little while to execute. Luckily, her smash is relatively quick, but her down smash is definitely not something you should use. The up smash is good on a select amount of bosses, PD Piranha, but for the most part, she will excel in the air. In case you haven't noticed, back from her ability way back in Mario 2, she has the ability to float in the air for about a second and a half whenever you hold the jump button down, so you can use that in this game as well. She's very good at recovering using the float, and also her parasol will give her a very slow descent downwards, so it should give you plenty of time to recover. Once again, as the case with most recovery characters, her problem is the fact that she is lightweight. She's a very lightweight character. I mean, not as light as Game & Watch and Jigglypuff and Toon Link, but she is definitely up there with one of the lightest characters in the game. So you will have to be relatively careful with her, because if she takes too much damage, then she's going to get KO'd at a much lower percentage than some of the heavier characters would be. So you do have to be a little bit careful with her. That being said, she is probably one of the easier, lighter characters to use. You don't have to rely on her B moves that much. I mean, they come in handy on occasion, but her standard aerial moves are pretty good. They're relatively fast, so you shouldn't have too much trouble in using them. I do find her jumping to be a bit of a problem. Her first jump really doesn't get her that high, and the second one does not get her much higher. You really have to utilize the float to work with aerial combos with her in this game, and that's something I kind of don't enjoy doing. It kind of messes up the experience in using Peach. I think that was another reason that I definitely stuck to Marth, is because the problem wasn't as bad in Melee, but yes, it was definitely still there. So here we go, moving on to boss number 9 here, and I will admit, by the time I got to, I think boss 6 or 7, I still had all 3 of my hearts, and so at that point I did, quit deciding to actually try, and I just kind of, just went all out, and I was like, if you take damage, you take damage, whatever. So I really did not do well on some of these boss fights, not what I'd recommend at all. Like it is with most aerial characters, stick to the air and just be careful. I mean, it's another lightweight, there's not too much to worry about for the most part. As long as you're careful, you should be fine. It's also a combination of that, and also because I haven't played in a while, so I am a little bit rusty. The last time I played Smash Brawl was in Houston, but I didn't play it that much, and I only played as Marth. Not really surprised there, but yeah, that was kind of a problem as well, so I mean, wasn't used to Peach. At the same time, I didn't find myself at any point going, like, oh, this is getting really challenging, whatever. The only part that I kind of messed up on, which was really stupid, was on the Master Hand fight when I plucked a turnip instead of used counter. That one I thought I was legitimately going to die right there, but did I find it challenging with Peach? Not especially, but that might be because, going back to the days of Melee, I kind of knew how she worked. Not too much has changed for her, at least attack-wise. Maybe the damage, but as far as her attacks go, they're about the same, so I kind of knew what I was expecting, so it wasn't too big a struggle. That Taboo fight does take a while, and you can see right there, that was another problem with the aerial jumps, is whenever Taboo is too high up, it's kind of hard to get to him. And as strange as it sounds, a lot of the heavyweights have that problem too, is their double jump doesn't get them that high. And you kind of need somebody with a decent double jump your first time going through boss battles on Intense, which is kind of another reason I stuck to Marth, is he had a fairly decent double jump. It's not amazing, but it seems to work better than Peach's ever did, so. Regardless, this fight wasn't especially hard. I kind of gave up finessing it by the end of it, and I just, went all out, and in particular, you can see that right here where I'm using one of her strongest aerial attacks is her forward aerial, and you can't really tell, but she's actually taking off her crown and whacking him really hard with the crown. That's why it does so much damage like that. And she did that in Melee as well, but yeah, I think this was the point here in a second where I just said forget it, because he went to go do this attack, so I just threw a couple turnips at him, because she does have a projectile and using that, and then smashed him with a frying pan. She does have multiple smashes, one with the frying pan, one with the tennis racket, one with the golf club. Golf club is more horizontal, tennis racket's in the middle, frying pan is vertical when it comes to knockback. But either way, that is it for Peach, so thank you guys for watching, and next time on Let's Play Super Smash Bros. Brawl, we will continue with the evil dinosaur that is Yoshi. See you guys then.